Nelson Mandela University student has been stabbed to death and a fellow student has been arrested for this killing. The incident happened at one of the university's residences, and I'm now joined by the university spokesperson, Zandile Mbabela, joins me via Zoom to give us more clarity and details around this case. Zandile, thank you so much for your time and good morning to you. Our condolences to the family, loved ones of the victim, as well as to you as a university. I can imagine the shock waves this has, caused into the university. But please just tell us more about the events that led to this tragic incident.
Good morning to you and to the viewers as well at home. Look, I think at this stage, what we do know as the university, because obviously this is also a matter that is still under police investigation, particularly into what led to, the events of yesterday, tragic events of yesterday. But we are of the understanding that the students were involved in a romantic relationship and the one had visited the female student at the residences, and I think an altercation ensued that led to the stabbing. But as I said, that is all subject to the police investigation at this stage.
So as a university, you haven't gathered your own internal investigations just in terms of eyewitness account, even though you're allowing the police to do their job, but for your record keeping, for your understanding, you haven't instituted internal investigations?
No, we have, and we will need to get the final report from our protection services colleagues in that respect. But, right now it is still a matter that is, undergoing our own internal investigation as well as a parallel investigation by the state as well.
Zandile, are you at liberty to share the name of the victim, what year she was doing, what she was studying, any information whatsoever? This I understand out of respect, obviously, of the next of kin being informed first. But as a university, are you able to share that information?
At this stage, unfortunately not. I do understand that, the next of kin has been notified, but at this stage, we haven't released the names or the details, but we'll do so in due course via an official statement.
And what do you know so far about the alleged perpetrator in terms of any charges that they've been instituted already by the police, and when exactly he can be expected to appear in court? Because I understand that he's already been apprehended.
Yes, the alleged perpetrator was apprehended yesterday. I'm not quite sure at this stage as to when he will be appearing, but, as the university, we are, fully cooperating with the South African Police Service with regards to the investigation and in the quest for justice.
The Nelson Mandela University has, without a doubt, through this tragic incident, now entered the fray in terms of questioning the safety of students on campus. I can imagine this needs to be of priority to the Nelson Mandela University. What steps are you taking to assure the safety, that such incidents, tragic incidents, do not occur again?
I think in this instance, it can be a bit of a tricky one in that both, students involved, both parties involved in this tragic incident are students of the university and were at the campus, in a normal, academic day. So it wasn't out of the ordinary, that they were on campus. I think what is tragic is that nobody could have anticipated perhaps something like this, happening, and especially, inside our residences. And obviously this whole incident has left the university community, particularly those on the George campus, reeling from this and obviously raising questions about, safety. But I think, with intimate partner violence being an issue, not a societal issue, at large, it's a bit difficult to speak about, security matters in that sense, because like I said, these are both students of the university who were, had access to the university spaces at the time.
I'm asking this as well because there are still, students that reside. I understand the George campus, the residence with which this incident happened. You can imagine their mental state in terms of knowing that a life was taken allegedly inside the very premise they see as home, where they, study, where they, sleep and take some rest. Whether it was an intimate partner or anyone gaining access, the fact that this almost spirit that this happened where we entrust to be our home. Any support given to those students, staff members affected by this ordeal?
Yes, definitely. As immediately, the university offset counseling and other psychosocial support mechanisms, including, pastoral services for staff and students who were affected, and particularly those who were around the scene at the time. Obviously highly traumatic, leaving a lot of people obviously shaken. And I mean, it's rocked the entire university community and not just the George campus as well. So there's ongoing support to, students who are affected, as well as staff, who, were also, at the residences. So there has been a suite of support that has been arranged. And we are obviously, very, very, very mindful of, the trauma and we've extended our heartfelt condolences to the family of the deceased, and also, our thoughts and prayers are with the loved ones of the alleged perpetrator as well.
Right. Zandile, just my last question to you. Do you anticipate that classes or academic programming will be affected at all by this incident?
Right now, our university calendar is that our students are busy with examinations, mid-year examinations. But, with obviously with those that are affected, by this incident, I'm sure communicating with their respective lecturers, arrangements can be made if they need to defer their examinations in any way.
All right, we'll leave it there, and I appreciate you speaking to us about this. Zandile Mbabela, thank you so much. Spokesperson of the Nelson Mandela University. This is where a male perpetrator, student of the very same university, is alleged to have stabbed to death a female student out at the George campus residence, saying that he has been apprehended. Investigations are still ongoing, and as far as law enforcement involvement is concerned, but also psychosocial and counselling support being offered to students as well as staff affected at this time.